it's Meg, and it's that time of the week again for our weekly walker talk, helping ease your walker withdrawals 1 week at a time. How's it going this week, guys? I hope you guys had a wonderful Christmas. What did you guys get for Christmas? Did you get any Walking Dead stuff? I really hope you guys had a very Merry Christmas. If you don't celebrate Christmas, I hope you had a happy holidays for whatever you celebrate. Or if you don't celebrate anything at all, I hope it's snowing where you are, so you have snow and stuff, and it's fun. It's not snowing here. It's not even really raining here, which has been great. Here being in Oregon. But anyways, I had a great Christmas. I hope you guys did too. Before we get into our weekly walker talk, I wanted to show you guys something real fast that was like the best Christmas present ever I could have gotten. And I don't normally do these kind of videos. I'm not bragging. Well, I'm kind of bragging a little bit. You guys probably won't think it's as cool as I do. What I'm saying is I don't normally do this like what I got for Christmas video, but I wanted to show you guys this game I got. If you have liked my Facebook page, then you'll probably already know what I'm going to talk about. But I was super thrilled, and it's right here in front of me, when I got this bad boy. Can you even see it? Yeah. How cool is this? It's a crossbow. It is the Walking Dead Battleground game for your TV. It's a first-person shooter game. It's pretty much like those old school like Duck Hunter or Deer Hunter arcade games that you used to play where you have the gun, you know, and you're shooting it. And I think they had those for the TV. I don't know. I was never really up on technology, so I don't know if they had it for the TV or not. But this plays on my TV because I'm not a gamer. Like, I don't have an Xbox or any of that kind of stuff. And I got this, somebody gave this to me for Christmas, and I was absolutely terrified to play it on the TV because, you know, you're shooting walkers, and I was like, okay, the pictures make it seem like it's, you know, the graphics are terrible, it's the same images of walkers coming at you, like, but it reminds me of my childhood. Like I said, I'm not a gamer or anything, so I don't play any of the video games that they have out right now with the, you know, I've seen some of the stuff, and a lot of the graphics make it look like you're looking at real people and stuff. So this kind of would be really funny for you guys who do that all the time. You'd be like, what the hell is this? But I really got a kick out of it, and it totally reminds me of my childhood. And here's the box. It's on the floor just so you can see it, so you know what I'm talking about. It's this Walking Dead Battleground game. It's for your TV, so it plugs straight into my TV, and I get to be like this guy right here and shoot the crossbow at the TV and kill walkers. And you can pick all of these, well, you go through scenes. So it has story mode, and it says follow Rick, Daryl, and Michonne as they guide you through Woodbury, the prison, and Big Spot. So when I played, I've actually finished all of the levels. There was no Daryl in it, so I was a little bit sad. But there was Michonne and Rick, and they're taking scenes, essentially pictures from the season 4, and inserting them in, and then putting like captions down, like what Rick is saying to you. And you play this guy Clifford, and anyways, it's a first-person game, so you never see the guy you're playing. But yeah, it's funny, and you unlock weapons, and so you can do the crossbow or a shotgun or a rifle, you know, submachine gun, I guess. Anyways, totally fun to do, but I beat all the levels already, so obviously it's very easy. But you can get higher scores, and they have a horde mode where you can just fight off a horde of walkers and see how long you can survive. So anyways, it was fun. If you guys get the opportunity to try it, you should try it, but don't spend your own money on it because it's probably not worth how much it costs. But it was great. It's been really fun. So anyways, to the weekly walker talk. Actually, one more thing before I get started, and hopefully you guys are still watching this after my lame review of that game. I want to say that I'm so thankful for you guys. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers. There's like maybe 55 or so to go, and I feel like I'm jumping the gun thanking you guys, but I've had so many of you have been loyal since the very beginning, and it makes me want to cry thinking about all of you who have supported me this long. So when I get to 1,000, I'm gonna do a Walking Dead giveaway where I found like some cool little Walking Dead things, and I'm going to do a giveaway where you can just like post in the comments to be entered, and then I'll pick someone randomly. It'll be completely random. Unfortunately, it's only going to be for the United States right now. I just do not have the funds to send something to a different country because it's very expensive. But I hope you guys understand, and I will eventually probably be able to do that. But I want to definitely do a little giveaway, so keep a lookout for that. Like I said, there's like 55 or so more subscribers until we get to 1,000. Yay! I feel like I'm kind of behind. I feel like all of my other Walking Dead friends are like way past me, but whatever. I'm happy for every single one of you who watch this. That being said, I think I've talked about this before about my anxiety and making videos on a weekly basis when the show is not currently airing. It's really difficult for me, and I find myself filming something or starting to film something or coming up with an idea and then over analyzing the shit out of it, and then I just think, God, what will people think of this? I look stupid, or the topic's stupid, or the comments are going to be really negative about this. Not that you guys ever really post negative comments. I've rarely had one from you, so I don't know why I expect that, but I'm so critical of myself that it makes it hard for me to just be myself and make a video for you guys. So I appreciate the understanding if I go a few days. I was having trouble this weekend where I wanted to film and then I just didn't, and I kept putting it off because I kept thinking, well, this is gonna be stupid anyways. But here I am. I am trying really hard to overcome this anxiety. You wouldn't think someone just talking to a little camera sitting right there would give me anxiety, but I think of all of you people out there who are watching me, and I imagine you all making fun of me. So if you actually do that, don't tell me, okay? Anyways, if you're still with me, here is our weekly Walker Talk. This week I'm doing my top 10 character deaths of all 5 seasons, and I was going to do a top 5, but then there are so many deaths that have like meant something to me that I couldn't do just 5. I have to do 10, and I'm gonna start right now with number 10. Okay, also I know that you guys probably won't agree with me on half of these, so I'm sorry in advance, but I'm sure you guys can guess who my number 1 is, but we'll get there in a minute. Okay, so number 10 is Sophia. When she came out of the barn in season 2, I think we were all expecting her to be dead. That season 2 was one of my favorite seasons, but that being said, I didn't like how it was such a prolonged search for Sophia, and every day they were putting it off another day and putting it off another day, and nobody ever really searched for her that hard. And so that part of the season was so frustrating for me. It was like, just go out and search for her, or just leave and call it good, you know? But I think because we had spent so many episodes searching for her, or hoping to search for her, hoping to find her, and that when we saw her come out of the barn, it was so unexpected, at least for me, that the last person that would come out of the barn would be Sophia. And to see Carol's face and her devastation over that loss, you know, being realized, was really sad. And she's the first child character to die in the series, so it was like, whoa, you know, kids are definitely susceptible to this too. Number 9, and you guys are probably gonna laugh and say, why is she not higher on your list? But number 9 is Andrea's death. And Andrea was a very important character to the show. Some of you may already know my feelings about the way she was portrayed in the television show as opposed to the comics. I wasn't a super fan of her, but her death was also pretty frustrating for me because I feel like she was such a strong, prominent character in the show that to go out that way, where she's trying to pick up what was she trying to pick up again? A screwdriver or something with her toes, and she couldn't do it. And it was just like she was spending so much time talking to Milton about it and not actually doing it, picking the thing up with her toes. It was so frustrating, but it was really sad, so I can't not put her on my list. It was really emotional for Michonne to have to say goodbye to her, you know, and she sat there with her while Andrea took her own life, and it was incredibly sad to be saying goodbye to a character that had been with us for so long. Number 8 is Shane. I really liked Shane and hated him at the same time in season 2, where we knew that he had to go. But the best thing about Shane's death was that Rick realized, that he cannot be the same person that he was before the zombie apocalypse started. In this new world, people change, and Shane was coming after him, and he knew that Shane was coming after him, and he essentially made the first move there and took out Shane, and it took its toll on Rick. We see how Rick then treats Lori, because he did not want to have to be put in that situation where he's going to kill his best friend. And essentially Lori put him there. She was right in the middle of Shane and Rick's relationship, and she prevented them from keeping their relationship and caused all of this. And I do defend Lori in certain ways, but that's not what this episode of Weekly Walker Talk is about. But Shane's death was really one of those defining moments in Rick's character, where he made a turning point there and became the Ricktatorship. Number 7 is Bob. Poor Bob and Bob's leg. The actual death portion of it, where he was laying in bed and talking to Sasha, and it was so drawn out that's why he didn't make it higher on my list. But I thought the whole getting his leg eaten was just brilliant. Of course, it came from the comics, but I always loved that moment from the comics, that I was so excited to see that portrayed on television. And I think Lawrence Gilliard Jr. did a wonderful job portraying him, especially the tainted meat scene. Like, I anticipated to be laughing during that scene, but I didn't. It was great. I mean, I think I laughed a little bit, but only because he was laughing maniacally too. But I loved seeing that put on screen. It was a little bit drawn out at the end, where it was like, okay, just kill him already, just die, okay, we're done. So that's why he made it lower. Number 6 would be Lori. I know Lori is not a favorite of most people, but I think the fact that the way she died, and the fact that Maggie had to cut her open and save Judith, and then Carl had to put her down. It was so emotional and so unexpected too. I started watching the series in season 3, so I didn't have as much as an emotional connection with Lori. And I also, seeing her die, I had no idea this whole Shane thing or Rick thing had even happened. So I was really confused when I started watching season 3 as to why Rick was so cold to her. And then, and then she died and because of her baby, and I was like, wow, that's amazing. But then you realize that there's this big backstory here. So at the time, when I first watched her death, it was very emotional for me, because I just saw this woman who was pregnant and who had this child, and it was so sad seeing her say goodbye to Carl, and then you go back and I watched season 1 and season 2, and I was like, oh, that's why. But I actually really liked Lori. So my number 5 is the governor, and he definitely had to make it on my top 5 because he was such a great villain for so long that we just hated him so much, and to finally be able to see him go. And I was so happy that he was actually dead at the end of season 4, or at the mid-season finale of season 4, because I was like, I cannot take any more episodes with him after what he just did to Herschel. So to see him stabbed by Michonne, and then officially taken out and killed by Lily, they both needed this revenge and this closure in killing him. That Michonne, because of Andrea, Andrea was her person. Not to bring Grey's Anatomy into this or anything, if you know what I'm talking about. But Andrea was Michonne's person, and Michonne was Andrea's person, and Michonne needed that closure in helping to kill him. And she was going to leave him for the Walkers because he deserved it. Frankly, I think Lily should have done the same thing. But, Lily needed it too, because she had lost her daughter and her entire family to this guy who she thought was going to save her, and who inevitably killed her well, not her entire family because Tara's still alive, but killed her child. Like, he put her in harm's way and ultimately did not care for her as she thought. She was just far too trusting. But to see her put that final shot in his head, it was so great to see her get that tiny bit of closure, revenge, whatever, for her to do it. I would have liked to see Rick have a hand in that, or Maggie or something, you know, because of Herschel. It would have been really nice to see Maggie do that, but I'm glad it was Lily, and I'm glad that there was no question about him being dead or not. Because, well, I guess there was a lot of question in whether he was dead or not, even though he was shot in the head. But I think that's what all of us Walking Dead fans do. We overanalyze the crap out of all of the scenes to try and figure out, you know, what's coming next. But he was officially dead, and I was super happy to see him go, and it was probably one of the best deaths that we've had. You know, death of a villain is great in my eyes. So on to number 4. Number 4 is Lizzie and Mika. I'm putting them both together because they were both just equally sad for me. It was such a heartbreaking storyline that they chose, you know, to go there, and it was a twist from the comics, but whenever children are involved, I think it really shocks the viewers on television, you know, because there's a lot of shows out there where we don't see children dying, and I think it was a big, bold step for AMC to put this storyline on television and let us see the horrors that can happen in the end of the world scenario. And so probably the worst part was seeing innocent Mika lying there dead at Lizzie's hands, but it was pretty awful, the fact that Carol was the one who had to kill Lizzie in the end. Like, it was just, and you see in the following episodes and into the first half of season 5 here that it's really taken its toll and changed Carol and Tyrese. So definitely major deaths in the series so far. Number 3 is Beth. I know there's been a lot of controversy over her death and how she died and the way the bullet went in and stuff, but regardless, her death really affected me. You guys saw my reaction video. I was just really torn up about it. I really wanted her to survive, but at the same time, you know, somebody always has to die in these shows, and I think she died in a good way. It was terribly sad, and it's going to have profounding effects on the second half of the season. I really think we're going to see some really sad stuff with Maggie and Daryl, and just the entire group is going to be affected by her death. And she was so, I want to say innocent, but she's not really innocent, but she was just like her father, that kind of moral compass, you know, that we see, where she had so much good in her, you know, and I mean, she was all good. There was so little bad in her that it was just one of those heartbreaking moments where you just see the light go out in everybody's eyes. Number 2 would be Dale. I loved Dale. He was one of my favorite characters in season 1 and 2. I never wanted him to die. I loved him so much, and it was just like Herschel, you know, he was kind of this father figure to the group and the moral compass of the group, and I just like really related to his character there, and then he died, and it was one of the first deaths for me in watching the show that I was like, whoa, this show is really getting to me. And then number 1, I'm sure you've guessed it already, is Herschel. First time I've ever really cried and been so shocked and horrified in the show. I think that was such a defining moment for me in watching this Walking Dead television series, where I was like, whoa, I'm in. I am all into the show. Like, there's no going back now. I'm gonna see it through to the end, because I have never felt so like connected to a character. And after seeing Herschel die and having that reaction, I like literally cried myself to sleep. And then for like 2 days later, I felt like a family member, or probably not a family member, but like a friend had died, and I didn't get to say goodbye. And I was like, that was just the moment for me where this show became like my life, like Walking Dead is life. So that's my really long top 10 deaths from the Walking Dead television series. What are your guys' top 10? Let me know in the comments below. I hope you like this video. Let me know what you want me to talk about in future videos. I don't have her name with me, but they announced the lead female character for the Walking Dead companion series, and shoot, I should have looked it up ahead of time, but I've seen her before. She wasn't necessarily what I was expecting, but I'm pretty sure that the guy that was a showrunner for Sons of Anarchy, which one of my favorite shows, is showrunning, or at least working on this Walking Dead companion series. And this woman, actress, was also for a short time in the Sons of Anarchy. So it's kind of funny, those connections that you see in the show, or in the shows, the crossovers, where, you know, a producer comes in and he's worked on another show and he sees a really good actor, and so he brings them in. So I think it'll be cool to see her on there. I'm a little like shocked. I mean, I can't really remember her acting from the show, so it means she probably didn't really stand out that much to me. But seeing her face and everything, I think she's gonna fit really well into this. That sounds really superficial, but yeah, I'm excited to see it. What do you guys think of them announcing her as the lead female actress from the Walking Dead companion series? Let me know what you guys think on that. If you know her name, tell me her name, because I feel really stupid even bringing it up when I don't know her name. But yeah, that's it for this week, guys. I love you so much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all your understanding. Thank you for sticking with me. I hope you guys have a wonderful, happy New Year. What are you guys doing for New Year? I think I have to work, so I don't think I'm gonna do anything. Probably gonna sleep. Maybe I'll stay up. Maybe I'll stay up and count it down with you guys. I don't know. Okay, I love you. Bye. What's up, guys? It's Meg, and it's that time of the week again for our weekly Walker Talk, helping ease your walking withdrawals. Ah, fuck, I did it again. Go lay down, dog. My dog just stood up and totally interrupted me. Okay, try this again. What's up, guys? It's Meg, and it's that time of the week again for our weekly Walker Talk, helping ease your walker withdrawals 1 week at a time. How's it going this fuck, people? Gee.